Long ago in southwestern Nigeria, there was a small village called Kayare. The village sat beside a thick ancient forest, where the trees stood tall like silent elders, and the wind moved through the leaves like whispers. In that village lived a poor woodcutter named Baba Adeyemi. He was not rich. He did not own land. He did not have a shop in the market. All he had were his hands, his patience, and a small family he loved deeply. Baba Adeyemi lived at the edge of the forest in a small, worn-out mud house with an old zinc roof. He lived there with his wife, Mama Moreniki, and their 3 daughters. Said was the first, quiet, responsible, and always helping her mother. Tomi was the second, curious, bold, and full of questions. And Kemi was the youngest, gentle, soft-spoken, and always smiling. Every morning before the village fully woke up, Baba Adeyemi would pick up his rope and basket and walk into the forest. But unlike other men who might cut down trees, he only gathered dry fallen branches. He never touched living trees, not because he was weak, but because he respected the forest. The elders of Akere always warned the people about that forest. They said a guardian lived there, a spirit that protected the trees and punished greed. Most people feared the forest and avoided it, but Baba Adeyemi entered it daily because he harmed nothing. He only collected what the forest had already released. After gathering the fallen branches, he would tie them into a bundle, carry it to the market, and sell it for a few coins. The money was always small, so small that it barely lasted until night. And whatever he earned, he spent it immediately on food. Just enough gari, beans, and palm oil to feed his wife and daughters for one more day. So he worked every day, because hunger does not respect rest. One evening, as the family sat together for dinner, Baba Adeyemi watched his daughters eat. Their plates were simple, and their portions were small, yet they tried to smile. He looked at them with love and with fear, and inside his heart a question rose like smoke. He thought, I work hard every day just to survive, but what if I fall sick one day? What if something happens to me? Who will feed my wife and my daughters? Who will protect them? That night, while the wind pushed softly against the walls of his home, Baba Adeyemi made a decision. From tomorrow, he told himself, I will work harder. I must save something, even if it is small. The next morning, he entered the forest earlier than usual. He moved faster than usual. He bent lower than usual. He gathered more fallen branches than he had ever gathered before. When his basket was full, he stopped and wiped sweat from his forehead. Then he looked at the wood he had collected, and his heart sank. It was not more than usual. No matter how hard he tried, the forest around his area was small. The fallen branches were not endless. He returned home frustrated. That day, after selling the wood, he walked through the market asking for another job. Do you need someone to carry goods? Do you need someone to clean your shop? Do you need someone to help you in any way? But nobody wanted a poor woodcutter with tired hands. So he returned home defeated. He sat down staring at the wall, blaming his luck. Then his eyes found something hanging there. An old axe. It was not a tool he used often. It was something he had kept for years, like an old memory. He had avoided using it because cutting living trees would destroy the forest slowly, and it would also destroy his only source of survival. And there was another reason: the stories. The villagers said anyone who tried to harm the forest would meet a guardian, and that guardian did not forgive greed, but desperation is a loud teacher. Baba Adeyemi stared at the axe and whispered, If I cut just one tree, I can get more wood. I can sell it for more money. I can finally save something for my family. The next morning, he carried the axe into the forest. He walked deeper than usual until he found a strong tree with thick roots. It stood like a king among smaller plants. Baba Adeyemi raised the axe, but before the blade could fall, he noticed something beside him, a bundle of firewood, neatly tied with rope, resting on the ground like it had been prepared for him. Baba Adeyemi froze. He looked left, he looked right. No one, only the forest breathing. He slowly stepped closer. On top of the bundle was a small piece of paper with simple words written neatly. "Take this. It is for you." Baba Adeyemi's mouth opened in shock. "Who brought this?" he whispered. "How did it get here?" He waited. Nothing happened. After a long moment, he thought, "If it truly is for me, then I will take it." He carried the bundle to the market and sold it. The money was more than he normally made in a day. That evening, his daughters ate better, and his wife smiled, not out of pretending, but out of relief. The next morning, Baba Adeyemi returned to the same place. Again, a bundle of firewood was waiting. Again, a note said, "Take this. It is for you." Day after day, it continued. Every morning, he found a bundle prepared for him. He stopped lifting the axe. He stopped thinking of cutting trees. He simply took the bundle, sold it, fed his family, and thanked God quietly. And for a while, life became softer. But time does not stay small. His daughters grew older. Their needs grew bigger. Said needed clothes for special days. Tomi needed books and materials for school. And Kemi, the youngest, began coughing at night sometimes, needing herbs and care. Soon the daily bundle of wood no longer felt enough. One morning, heavy with worry, Baba Adeyemi lifted the axe again. He looked at the trees and whispered, "Just a few. Only a few. My children need more." He raised the axe. Then a voice spoke, calm but firm. "Baba Adeyemi, do not do that." Baba Adeyemi jumped and turned around. There was nobody, only a gray-feathered bird sitting on a low branch, watching him like it understood human pain. Baba Adeyemi shook his head. "I am hearing things," he muttered. He lifted the axe again. Suddenly the air became cold. The leaves stopped moving. The forest went quiet, and in front of him the air seemed to open like a curtain. A tall figure appeared, dark like old charcoal, eyes glowing like embers, a presence that made the forest feel like a temple. Baba Adeyemi dropped the axe and stumbled backward in fear. The figure spoke. "Do not harm my forest." Baba Adeyemi trembled. Who are you?" The figure answered. "My name is Gun Ogba. I am the guardian of this forest." Baba Adeyemi's legs shook. The guardian continued. "I have watched you for a long time. You are a father of 3 daughters. You have only taken fallen wood. You did not destroy what gives you life. The day I saw you raise your axe because of poverty, I decided to help you. That is why you find a bundle every morning. But now you want to cut living trees again. That is why I have come." Baba Adeyemi swallowed hard and whispered, "I only want to feed my children." The guardian replied, "And you will. But you will not do it by killing what cannot grow back quickly. From today, I will add more wood to your daily bundle so your family will not suffer. But hear me well. If you cut a living tree in this forest, you will learn what my anger means." Then, like smoke, the guardian disappeared. The wind returned. The leaves moved again, and Baba Adeyemi sat on the ground, shaking, staring at the place where the guardian had stood. From that day, he never lifted the axe in the forest again, and truly the bundle of wood became bigger. Life improved. Food became more stable. The girls laughed more. Even the house felt warmer. Then one day, sickness entered his home. Little Kemi fell ill. At first it was weakness. Then she struggled to stand. Day after day she grew thinner. Baba Adeyemi carried her to a local healer named Baba Ifayemi. Baba Ifayemi examined the child carefully and sighed. "This sickness is rare," he said. "It will slowly steal her strength. There is treatment, But it is expensive. Baba Adeyemi's heart shattered. He had never saved enough. The daily money from wood could not pay for such treatment. That night, he cried outside his house so his daughters would not see his tears. And in desperation, he decided something he never wanted to decide. "I must cut trees," he whispered. "Even if the guardian becomes angry, my child is dying." The next morning, he went to the forest with the axe. But before he reached any tree, he sat under a large trunk and cried. "I don't want to destroy the forest," he whispered, "but I don't want to bury my daughter." As he wept, the air grew cold again. Gunog Ba appeared. This time his eyes were not burning with anger. They were sharp, but calm. "You have returned with the axe," the guardian said. Baba Adeyemi bowed his head. "My daughter is dying," he said. "I have no money." The guardian stared at him for a long moment. Then he pointed deeper into the forest. "Follow that hidden path," he said. Baba Adeyemi looked and saw an opening between tall bushes, like a road he had never noticed before. "There is a sacred spring there," the guardian said. "Take its water, wash your daughter's face 7 times with it, and she will regain her strength." Before Baba Adeyemi could speak, the guardian vanished again. Baba Adeyemi ran. He found the spring, clear water shining like glass, quiet and pure. He filled a calabash and rushed home. He washed Kemi's face 7 times. That same day, the fever broke. Her eyes returned to life. Her breathing softened. By evening, she stood up slowly. By the next morning, she walked. Mama Moreniki screamed with joy. Said and Tomi cried and laughed at the same time. And Baba Adeyemi fell to the ground thanking God, thanking mercy, thanking life. Days later, Baba Ifayemi heard the story. At first, he did not believe it. So he asked Baba Adeyemi to bring spring water to help another sick child whose parents were too poor. Baba Adeyemi brought it. The child recovered. Then another child. Then another. Soon news spread like fire. People from neighboring villages began to arrive, begging for the water. Baba Adeyemi agreed to help. But he made one rule. No poor person should pay for healing. If you are struggling, take it freely. Baba Ifayemi respected him and agreed. Since the spring was deep in the forest, Baba Adeyemi eventually asked a young helper boy from the village, named Bolu, to assist him. Bolu would go with him, learn the path, and help bring water daily. At first, Bolu behaved well. But greed is a sickness that hides behind smiles. When Bolu realized people would do anything for healing, he began to secretly fill an extra container. He started selling the spring water at night, to desperate mothers, to poor fathers, to families who were already suffering. He made it expensive. He turned mercy into business. Then one morning, Bolu went to the forest alone. He reached the spot and froze. The spring was gone. No water, no shine, only dry earth, like it had never existed. He ran back, shouting, "It's gone! The spring is gone!" Baba Ifayemi panicked. The villagers panicked. Sick people cried. Baba Adeyemi returned to the forest and waited, hoping the guardian would appear. 1 day passed. 2 days. A week. Nothing. Finally, Baba Adeyemi stood in the forest and shouted with all his voice, "Gun Ogba! If you can hear me, I beg you, for the sake of the sick and the poor, answer me!" The leaves shook, the air turned cold, and Gun Ogba appeared. "Why did the spring disappear?" Baba Adeyemi asked. "People are suffering." The guardian's eyes glowed brighter. "I left the spring because you and the healer used it with kindness," he said. "But I saw the boy. I saw him turn mercy into business. I saw him take pain and turn it into profit. So I removed the spring." Baba Adeyemi's chest tightened. He turned and looked at Bolu. Bolu's face dropped. He could not speak. Baba Adeyemi bowed again and pleaded, "Please forgive us. The poor need help." The guardian was silent for a moment. Then he said, "I will restore the spring, but with a law. Only your hands will draw healing water from it. If anyone else tries, their container will rise empty." Baba Adeyemi hesitated. "But I must also work to feed my family," he said. The guardian nodded. "Then do this," he said. "Let the poor drink freely, but let the rich, those who can afford it, give payment, gifts, and support, so you can live and continue helping others. And if greed returns again, the spring will disappear forever." With that, the guardian vanished. The spring returned. And truly, whenever anyone else tried to fetch, their bucket came up empty. But when Baba Adeyemi fetched, it was full. So he worked with Baba Ifayemi. The poor were treated for free, the rich paid willingly, and people from far places came, wealthy traders, chiefs, and important visitors, bringing gifts and money in gratitude. Over time, Baba Adeyemi stopped living in the old mud house at the edge of the forest. He built a better home in Akaore. His daughters went to school. His wife smiled more, and the fear that used to follow him became smaller. Yet Baba Adeyemi never became proud. He never forgot hunger. He never forgot tears, and he never forgot the forest. And he taught his daughters one truth that stayed with them forever. Respect what is sacred, and blessing will find you. Help the poor, and your life will stay protected. But if you turn mercy into a market, even miracles will walk away. And so Baba Adeyemi lived long, helping people, feeding his family, and walking gently on the earth, until his hair became white like cotton, and his story became a lesson told to children beside firelight. And that is the story of the woodcutter of Kaire and the forest guardian's gift. End of story. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.